All right, we are live. This is so scary. Gotta do my checks, make sure I'm like live. So scary. Okay, it's audio. That's good. What else now? For you. No desktop audio just yet. Actually, I don't think I'll need desktop audio. Okay. Just doing a couple things here. Getting everyone on the stream. Sure everything else quiet, silenced, my phone's silenced, but that's okay. I'm gonna go here. Alright, so hello again. Last few streams didn't go so well, but I've sort of figured out what was wrong. A lot of it just out of date drivers and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm not going to get too into that. I'm going to wait for a couple people to join. And then I'll get into the meat of today's stream and double check because I heard. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, cool. So over the past week, I've been really hard at work making this add-on Cozy Auto Texture work, and I finally cracked it. So I'm going to explain how to use it, how to download the dependencies, install, and get it all set up and working in Blender. Because right now at this stage, it's pretty simple, straightforward. It's all done with UI. You don't have to touch any code at all, which is that's the best thing about it in my opinion. But also you don't have to do anything crazy like start Blender and add-on in admin mode or like start with admin permissions or anything like that. So it's all purely just open up Blender normally like you would. And a few other things as well. So the way I have it set up, I guess I should share my screen because there we go. So this is it. This is the add-on. So the link should be in the description of the video, and it's called Cozy Auto Texture. So I've been working on this for a few weeks now. But the main points are you don't need Blender to be launched in admin mode. And you also can install multiple versions of Blender and use the same stable diffusion weights, which is something I wanted to include early on in the design process because it messes a whole bunch of stuff up with the source and all that stuff. So this is the add-on. The documentation is very sparse right now. I need to go through and completely rewrite it. Some of this stuff it's not very helpful, but that will change today sometime. But right now, so the itinerary for today's stream, I'm going to go through and show you guys how to install it, get it set up, and actually start creating AI generated art and textures inside Blender with this add-on. And I'm also going to talk a bit about what's next for it, because there's a lot of stuff that's missing, a lot of stuff I've seen other people do that I want to include. And I have here a list of just general improvements that I want to go over and just explain my thought process with it. So let's go ahead. I already have a version of this add-on downloaded in Blender, but I'm gonna go through quickly and delete that just that we get like the full experience of actually like downloading it, so I can get a proper tutorial, I guess. It's unedited, but it still works. So I'm just navigating to Blender's add-on folder. I have this is the folder right here. I'm gonna double check to make sure that I don't have any uncommitted saves or uncommitted changes here. I'm gonna delete that branch. Delete. Okay, this is all just code talk, so I'm gonna get rid of that. So yeah, so let me tell you what you're doing. So click this green code button, just like with Blend My NFTs or any other Blender add-on. Go to HTTPS and just download zip. I don't think it matters which one you choose, but I just HTTPS because whatever. Anyway, so it'll download it as a zip file, and it's just like installing any other Blender add-on. Whoa. I recently got Windows 11, and I'm still kind of trying to get used to all the controls. It's very similar to Windows 10, but there's some slight differences. Anyway, so let me drag this to the desktop just to make it a little more easier. We're going to open up Blender. I have Blender 3.3. I haven't tested it on older versions like 3.2, 3.1, or 3 or anything lower. Just 3.3. That's the version we're building off of now. So if you're watching this in the future on 3.4, it should be compatible to this version. So if we go Preferences, we're just going to install. I'm going to navigate to that zip file here. Just click that. And it says missing script files. Okay, so it should say, that's interesting. So let's enable this here. I never noticed that before. I don't know what that means. So, oh, that's my development version of it. Okay, so it's installed. It'll look like this when you install it. So just click that checkbox to enable it. From there, there's a lot of stuff to unpack here, I guess. There's the description. There's the location where the add-on's actually located. The file, as well as just author information and the version number. I actually have to update that version number. But the important thing here is just a warning. It tells you that it requires installation of dependencies. So what you've installed so far is just sort of like a framework. So it's not the actual AI itself. It's just the interface with Blender. So the AI is over here and Blender's over here. This add-on is just sort of connecting them together. You can think of it like that. We also have a documentation button that'll take you to the documentation once it's finished, and then report a bug or just remove it. So that remove button should be lower. I don't know why it's under internet for some reason, but oh well, we'll figure that later. Preferences. So this is the real setup part of it. So we've installed it. Now we have to create a sort of environment and then install the dependencies. So it's really straightforward. Just select a path on your system, just any drive with at least 10 or 11 gigabytes of space. I'm just going to use my D drive here. And then it says, please read the 2 following license agreements. So Stable Diffusion and, Stable Diffusion is sort of published by this company called Hugging Face. We can go here. If we click this, it should take us to the Hugging Face Stable Diffusion license. So I don't really read over licenses that often. I do in terms of like open source and what you can do with the software that you're provided. But it's just some basic things like don't create any illegal content or anything like that, just to sort of, ethical standards and all that stuff, which is totally acceptable, which is why I've included it here. So you can just go through and read that. I also link to the Cozy Auto Texture license there. Basically just click agree, and then you can then go ahead and click install dependencies. So before we do that, and this is going to change later, but we want to click a window and toggle the system console. And I'll show you why in a sec, but right now let's go back here and then click install dependencies. This is going to take a little while. It's 10 gigabytes of data, so it's quite large. And the reason I wanted to pull up this console here is so that you'll actually see what's being installed. It gives you sort of an idea of how long it'll take. So right now we're installing some Python modules here, and if we go to that actual directory, we can see what is happening. So I think it was in the D drive here. We see Cozy Auto Texture files. Let's open that, and we see this folder called Ven, or virtual environment. So Python sort of can run in a virtual environment, and what that means is it's just a contained version of Python that will not affect your system. So in this case, it's very meta. There's multiple layers of Python going on. We have the Windows 11 Python version that I have installed here. It doesn't talk to Blender's Python version, and this new Python version that this add-on's creating doesn't talk to the Blender's version of Python. So it's multiple. It's like a cheesecake, I guess. But that's what it's creating right now. There's multiple modules and dependencies that are needed for it, and you can take a look at the add-on right here and just see what's needed. I don't think I have There isn't a requirements, or there isn't a requirements.txt file, just because the nature of how these dependencies are installed. I think it's in helpers. I could be wrong. Yeah, so in helpers, in the helpers.py file, you can see the list of dependencies here. Fire just controls like command line stuff. NumPy numbers, I'm not really sure. Diffusers is the Hugging Face Stable Diffusion Interface API. Transformers, and then Torch. Transformers is a derivative of diffusers, I think. And then Torch with CUDA enabled, so that you can render stuff on your GPU. So that's what we're installing. I got some test code there, but you can go there and see what's installing if you're interested in that. Right now it's installing Torch, which is a Python AI module, so you can use it to build AI models. I'm not very familiar with it, but it's a big library, and it's what a lot of AI companies and software developers use. Torch, and then I think the other one is there's two big ones, Torch and then something else. I think it's like what was it? Let me look. Python AI library. Oh, really? Okay. Let me check the audio there. This always happens. There's always an audio issue. I'm not sure why it's doing this. Oh, there's one more source of audio. That's fine. Okay. I'm double checking. There we go. That should work. Okay, we solved that. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Who was it? Aesthetic? I think someone else did. Okay, awesome. We're back. Well, I guess we were always here. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm still setting everything up here on my new operating system, so it's kind of but I think I got most of it working. But thank you for pointing that out again. Where was I? Oh yeah, so Torch and then TensorFlow. PyTorch, Torch, sort of same thing. But that's another story. So anyway, that's what we're installing. We're installing lots of stuff. Python modules installed. Error, no such file or directory. Oof. Okay. That's unexpected. Let's see. Can't open. Okay, can't open this this directory here. I had this working before stream. This is so infuriating. I'm really sorry, guys. Python.exe can't open. Let me see here. It's saying it can't find the add-on directory, which is kind of weird. Oh, I think I might know why. So it's probably, yeah, that might be the issue. So there's a weird issue with the naming of the add-ons and the actual, where is it? So it's not installed there, which is worrying. I think another, yeah, Blender has this weird way of installing stuff, I guess. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like got two directories. I'm not very familiar with, I think it's app data. Where is app data? Maybe let's just look here. Users, okay, users. Roaming. Where's roaming? Oh, maybe we have to view hidden files. Where is it? Options, view hidden files. Don't show hidden files. Show hidden files. There we go. Apply. Okay. App data. Roaming. Blender. If you're wondering how I know all this stuff, this is just lots of practice. So it's installed into this weird directory here. That's a bug. So I'm gonna quickly make a note of that. So it's getting confused with the name of the add-on. and there's a quick and easy fix with that. Let me go here, create an issue. So I'm just creating an issue. If you ever find a bug, please let me know. I'd like to get it fixed as soon as possible. So issue with fresh install Blender installs add-on to app data directory watch stream. Okay, that's it. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy cut this folder. Where is it? So I'm gonna cut that, and we're gonna go back. So if you're watching this in a couple days after this video has been published, I'm gonna fix this. But just right now, just for now, if you guys are following along at home, just cut that, go to Blender, go to this directory here, and where your Blender is installed, go to scripts, add-ons, and then just paste that there. Yes. And there we go. It should be there. You might also have to rename this to that. Yes. Just to be safe, because well, you never know. Okay, and then from there we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna delete that. Where is it? I'm gonna delete this dependencies folder, so this environment, and it should say like 5 gigabytes of stuff, because we didn't download stable diffusion. And I'll show you guys stable diffusion as well once we get that installed. So I'm just going to refresh this. We're going to have to tab that. There we go. Uninstall that, and there we go. So this is our fresh new version. Check that. Same thing. It's just in a different place now. I don't know how. I'll fix this. So just slight issues. Anyway, so if we go to toggle system, I think I already have it open. Yep. Okay. And D drive. Okay. Install. No errors yet, which is good. So there we go. So it's installing, and yeah. So let me talk a bit about where it's pulling these assets from. So everything Python related is all stored on PyPy, which is like a pip if you've heard of Python, pip install something. So this is just like a big place to get free code and free libraries and stuff. So it's really useful, and it has a whole bunch of modules that are, think of it as like add-ons to Blender, but they're add-ons to Python. So you can do tons of different stuff with Python alone, or and with this. So you'd like install all these different modules and stuff. So big ones like request, the request module, matplotlib, numpy. There's quite a few of them, and that's what we're installing here. So these are all coming from PyPy. What we are not installing from PyPy, and I don't think, yeah. So it's, I don't want to log in there just for security reasons on the stream, but Stable Diffusion is downloading from an AWS S3 instance I have running, and I'm just providing it to you guys for free. So I've set it up in a zip file. So the models and all the weights are there on that AWS bucket, and it's just a link. You can just download the zip file, and so that's what it will be installing after this stuff. So it looks like it should be there soon. It's downloading. Anyway, does anyone have any questions so far? I've been talking for a while. Thank you for all the comments and stuff. App data is hidden. Oh, okay. If it's downloading property, that's awesome. I don't know why my system. I always find a way to mess stuff up. You know, I don't know why. It's just I always break stuff. It's lifelong. What's it called? Thing I've been known for in my family, just breaking stuff. I've broken many phones and iPad, so I probably messed something up, you know. But yeah, so it's if it ever like looks like it's not doing something, it is. It's just not outputting anything to the console. Question, but can I run it on my Mac? No, sorry. You wait. Maybe. Possibly. It's very messy right now. So the code base, there's a lot of, it's very Windows focused, and yeah, I will get around to testing it on Macs, but right now it should be possible. But there are multiple little things, like little details and processes that I need to convert from Windows and make a Mac version of it. So it'll detect like which system it's on and then change the process. There are a couple instances of that. I've made notes in the code of what to change. So it is on my mind to get it to work on Mac, but just because of like the processing power, I haven't really bothered to like think about it, because like most people are going to be using GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs or something like that for this process. But I will focus on that, and we'll see later on. You can use CPU instead of CUDA for this. So if you have if you don't have a GPU, you can still do that. But yeah, we will get macOS working eventually. That's something I'll add to the what's it called? Where is it? The list, my list of features that I talked about earlier. So we have that. I'll change this to a bug. Come on. Internet slows down very, very rapidly with all these downloads. Bug. Okay. Should be. Okay. Let's go here. I think, let me edit this and I'll add another item to the list here. Reinforce. My spelling is terrible. Reinforce Mac. Reinforce Mac OS compatibility. Okay, so that's something I'll keep on the list here. But feel free, if anyone is, oh, that didn't turn out good. If anyone, there's got to be space in there. Okay. If anyone's a developer like Python or anything like that, feel free to take a look at the code, ask me questions like where stuff is. I know it's a bit confusing, the process of all this, but feel free to ask me questions or even like contribute code and stuff in this GitHub repository. I'd love to get more eyes on this project and just sort of help out development and all that. But yeah, I really appreciate all the feedback, just so I know what you guys like Mac OS and including stuff like that. So yeah, so thank you. Anyway, so right here, all the Python modules are successfully installed. Don't click out of anything or shut down Blender just yet. It is still doing something. It's just one of those hidden things that's happening right now. So it's actually downloading the stable diffusion model from the AWS instance I'm providing. If we go to where we have it installed, so this is the environment that we're defining. We'll see the zip file here. It's got 0 kilobytes, so it's all in memory right now. So it's not actually on a hard drive. So it's downloading basically. So we're not going to be able to see it here just yet. You can, but I need to change some stuff with the code. With the subprocess module, it's complicated, but it is downloading. Oh, now it's downloading. Yeah, the shell and command prompt sort of have this like weird thing on Windows where if you like select something, it stops all the process, like whatever's running, and then you have to press enter in order to resume it. It's just one of those weird things, I guess, as it goes into like a select mode. But yeah, anyway, so it's downloading right now. It's a big file, so it'll take some time. So anyway, does anyone have any questions to fill this time space? let's go to Task Manager. Let's see the performance. So it is just Stable Diffusion running in Blender, but you can specify lots of prompts in order to get a really good texture image to come out. So you can say like texture, delit, tiled 4K, and a whole bunch of other stuff that are just included in texture files in general in their names, because Stable Diffusion is like a big database of images gathered from the internet. So it's like a, what's it called? It's a good way to specify those traits and get those textures. Okay, so it says Stable Diffusion successfully installed, which is good. And then there's this error. Already registered. Okay, I don't know what that means. That didn't show up before, but it looks like stuff is working, which it is. So this is Stable Diffusion. So if you didn't see what that was, the install button should disappear. So let's close Preferences and let's press N on our keyboards, and we'll get this side panel pop out, and we should see Cozy Auto texture there. And if you don't, go back and rewatch all this when it's done. So yeah, so we can just sort of use this. So we can say test name, and then do like a prompt. And then you can go down here and select CPU or GPU compute. I have a faster GPU than my CPU, or I guess in this case, GPUs are just generally faster at these processes than CPUs. That's a bunch of nerd talk, who cares? So let's set a directory for these images. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. And what should be our first prompt? What should we do? Well, I see some questions here, so I'm gonna answer them first. Exactly. So you can just sort of mess around with Stable Diffusion in Blender and just create textures and images and all that neat stuff. Anthony here is asking, could you use some algorithm to quickly get a picture and turn it into a model, then use Stable Diffusion and make a model from it? So Stable Diffusion just makes images. It's just like it just makes images. There's no 3D models or anything involved. But there are some really cool research papers that are coming out. One of them, I think I have it starred actually, but creating 3D assets from images or from video is really early research right now. But there are some really promising teams and research papers that have come out. Where are my stars? I have stars. Python. Let me find one here, because that stuff's amazing. Like it's incredible. Where is it? Instant Neural Graphics. I think that's it. They always have boring names. They gotta make like cool names. Deep Face Live in RL. I can't remember. Oh, Moving Cam maybe. This is one of them. But it's like you take a video of a human and then it, like a human moving, like doing parkour or something like that, and you can create 3D models with it and like rigs and all that stuff. But I can't. There is one that you like take a video and like you can create actual 3D models with. But a good channel to check out like all this stuff is 2 Minute Papers. This guy is awesome. So he does like the best breakdowns of the latest AI and like light transfer research out there, and it's really some fantastic stuff. I don't know where the 3D model the image to 3D model video is. I think it's somewhere down here. Oh, this one. This one is just, it's incredible just watching this stuff. Like just watching it create the actual model. So it's like watch Dragon grow out of nothing. But it's got the research paper there and everything. So it's some really, really cool cutting edge stuff there. So I highly recommend checking out that channel. Yeah. Hello, Nord. What else? Sneaker / shoe texture. Okay. So to DM me, best way is just reach out on Discord. Ping me in one of the general channels. We can get in touch there. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's create a texture prompt. So we have the name, test name. Let's create a prompt. So what do you guys want to see first? Anything? Let's try a tiling wood texture. Okay. Tiling wood texture. What else? Something simple and useful. Hold on. Cobblestone texture with moss between the individual cobblestones. Okay, cobble. Moss, maybe sort of like a medieval feel, I guess. So, but let's keep it simple. So cobblestone texture with moss, delit. I think that's how you spell it. Delit. Yeah, I think that's all. I can't remember all the words. I need to create a list of words and stuff. So we just click create textures and then create again. If we go back down here, we'll see it actually like start to do stuff any second. It takes a second to kick in. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So FTFY or spacey is not something. Who cares? I don't care what that means. It means it's working. I just can't find something. And then down here we get this loading bar, so it's showing the iterations. This is something I want to change, so I want you to actually visualize the iterations in a future version, and then textures created. So let's go to desktop here and see what it created here. So not exactly cobblestone. It is close, and there's some moss and stuff in there. So it is getting the moss and the cobblestone, which is pretty cool. Awesome. All right, and that's it. And then you can import this into Blender. And there you go. So stable diffusion in Blender. So the next few steps I want to do for this is obviously make it more integrated. So I want it to be in this, I think it's UV editing, or I think the image editor. I want it to be like actually inside the image editor up here, so that you select an object and then the texture is automatically there on that object. And you can make changes and stuff to it as well. Yeah, it's really cool, and I've come across, or I've made a couple. I'm not sure where they are. I think it's in the research thing here. I can't remember where it was, but there's some really, you can get some really cool textures with like very long and detailed prompts. So like pendants. I think we did a pendant, like a horse pendant or something, in the last couple of streams, and they all turned out very beautiful. It's really cool. So let's do some wood textures, because I know wood. There's a lot of like what's it called, generative wood textures. So let's try to get a good wood texture. So wood boards, wood flooring, I guess. Delit. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Create. And you can just do this as many times as you want because it's on your computer. and it's free. It's open source. So yeah, let's see. I want to see how large the actual like the brain of this AI is, because it is very big. So let's see how big the whole environment is. So it's about a little under 10 gigabytes. So it's about 9.4 gigabytes in size. So yeah, very big. It says the textures are created there. So let's go back here. And that looks pretty good. It's sometimes hit or miss. Okay, that's not going away. Sometimes hit or miss, but you know, you could use this for like background elements or, you know, any texture stuff. I'm not a Blender guy, so I'm just gonna be talking about how I think of it. But yeah, try doing skin next, like wrinkly monster skin, green infected or something like weird like that. Okay, let's see. So let's do. This is a good time to mention there are filters, and there is like hard coded not safe for work filters built into this. So it will like filter out anything it deems like that. So let's try to see if we can do something. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. So I've messed around with like Polygon and like a whole bunch of online texture websites that my brothers have told me to use, and they're not expensive. They're pretty affordable, but like when you're creating a big scene, you need like a lot of textures. So it's good just to like even just prototype, right? Like, oh, would this look good with concrete, or would this be a good wood surface? I guess how it changes the scene. Yeah, well, we'll see. It's the amount of quality is definitely, it's not good. Will it replace the stores, the sites, the texture sites? I don't know. I don't want to make that decision definitively because anything could happen. But yeah, but those sites definitely have far more quality and a lot more like detail and stuff like that, which is also something I want to address as well with these outputs, because if you look at these images and go to the properties. Where is it? So it's like a details. So 512 by 512. So I want to be able to set what that pixel amount is, because I know you can increase the actual like pixel density, but I also want to investigate sort of upscaling the images itself, because upscaling uses I think this is an upscaling thingy, upscaling software here, and it'll just add more detail, I guess. So you can create like 4K textures and all that stuff. Because you think about it, it doesn't really matter, because like AI creating more detail in an AI created image, so there's no really need to mess around like with it's losing information or something, because it's not. And then I want to mess around with, I think I have like normal maps and a few other texture map kind of stuff. I'm not familiar with Blender, so I'm trying to learn all that like texture related stuff, because it's very important in this case. But yeah. Pre-made stuff and things like hand-drawn, stylized. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree. And you can even do, I think you can do like cartoons and like, I don't know, stylized stuff like pop art. Let's try pop art. Art man on a horse. Like just something simple like that. Pop. Is that how you spell pop art? Pop. Okay, 2 words. Okay. Pop art man on a horse, and you can just specify style, which I find crazy that you can create a artificial brain that understands style and like art, like these abstract things and thoughts that you don't really think can be defined with numbers, but it can sort of, like it gets it like it's pretty accurate, right? Yeah. So height maps and bump I don't know if they're different. Height maps, displacement maps, bump normals. I don't know, something like that. That's next on the list, and we want to take a look. So yeah, so check this out. So like it knows, like what pop art is, like bright colors and like blotchy colors here, and it's incredible. Like it obviously cuts it off up here, but maybe that's an art style you're looking for or something like that, where it's like abstract and makes you think. But the detail on his shoe, that's what's really crazy, and just like the horse outline, and just getting those shapes right, like it looks like a horse, right? And messes up the front hoof here, but like I don't know how to draw a horse, right? So it's done a million times better than me. I know, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, what else do you guys want to see? Because we got infinite time to generate these prompts. You can hear the fingers typing. Maze. Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so it's hard to figure out, like, cause like it's a brain of its own, right? So like how do you determine what's going to be weird or what's not? I guess I don't know. It's a risk. Dlit, a useful list of prompts such as dlit or cinematic, etc. Yeah, with add-on would be so neat. Yeah, so that's something I want to add, with like a drop down somewhere here where you can like specify the style, I guess, of what you're looking for. So typical like dlit texture, or maybe you're looking for like a stylistic art piece or something like that, or like realism. And I think another thing too, like you can specify with brackets. I saw this recently. You can specify with brackets and like highlight sort of words that you want it to really specify on. So like eggs, in a frying pan with bacon. I think that's how you spell bacon. My spelling is so horrible. Blender needs a spell check. Bacon. Okay. Let's try that and see, because there's like all these like little neat tricks and stuff you can do. It's called prompt engineering. It's a new job that's just created out of nothing. It's crazy. NFT skins textures. Yeah, I wonder if it'll get like the whole NFT style and like get that feel, I guess, because it's a very distinct art style, like lizard skin or something. Okay, we'll try like lizard scaly skin or something like that. So yeah, look at that, like that's just crazy. Like it's got like the bacon, the eggs, like little seasoning, and some plant, basil or something like that. I'm not a food person. But yeah, like that's just crazy, and obviously warping and all that stuff, but it's awesome. Yeah, it only gets better from here, Yes, so tileable, again, it's included here. So I have tileable textures. That's the next thing I'm gonna add. So stable diffusion, someone there actually created this so you can have tileable textures within stable diffusion. And it's just a toggle that they have. So that will be included. We will add this because you can see like the cats sort of line up here. These cats are adorable. It's such a cool example. But you got like other stuff here like skulls and like repeating patterns and all this stuff. That's just crazy, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't know it. I mentioned it here in one of my things. I didn't know that it actually records that. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's try. Migrating your old cache. So aesthetic, I'm not sure what that is. That might be an issue with pip, or maybe like a Blender issue. So make sure you're running like 3.3 Blender. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to head over to our Discord. It should be linked in the description, and I'll be able to answer more questions after the stream. Yeah, okay, let's create some more prompts. So I think we wanted to do like lizard skin scales. Is that how you spell scales? Scales. No. Reptile. Oh, it is how you spell scales. Okay. Reptile, scales, texture, delit. What were the other prompts you said there? Cinematic, I think was it. Is that how? Cinematic. Who cares? Let's see. Hopefully it'll get it. Yeah, texture, delit, cinematic. I'm gonna put a comma there. I'm not sure if the commas do anything or not. I don't think they do. Let's create that and see. Lizard skin, reptile, scales, texture, delit, cinematic. Let's see what it does. Found this one. Temple ruins, forest stairs, columns, cinematic, detailed, atmospheric, epic concept art, matte painting backgrounds. Oh, it's done, I think. Yes. Okay. There you go. So lizard skin, I guess. Yeah, that works. I like if you're making like a space alien or something. That's a cool texture. If you zoom in again, it looks kind of blurry and like pixely a little bit. But that's the whole thing with the next phases of this add-on is we're gonna upscale them and create normal maps, height maps, or whatever they're called. Displacement, I think. I don't know. One of them. Yeah, you do need quite a lot of prompts to make stuff like actually look good. So let me copy temple ruins, forest stairs, columns, cinematic, detailed, atmospheric, epic, concept art, matte painting, background, mist, photo, realistic, concept art, volumetric light. Okay, let's try that because I know it likes a lot of words. So it like I don't know. It's weird how it thinks almost, you know, like just figuring out how it works. Let's look up prompt engineering because it's such like a new thing. Like when was this Wikipedia article created? This page was last edited on September 14th, so a couple days ago. When was it created? How to see when wiki page was created? Because it's a very new term. View history tab. View history. There we go. October 20th, 2021. I think. So it's like pretty new, right? Like prompt engineering, concept in artificial intelligence, particularly natural language processing, which is what we're doing, which is stable diffusion. Like you're taking words and making it into images. But yeah, like this has become a whole thing in the past few months. It's just like creating prompts and like selling prompts and that are used in AI. It's like a new job title, and it really like it's such an interesting concept. Like you're creating words that create artwork. I think this is done. Let's see. So that was that prompt. And look at that. That's just incredible. Like you got like this rich, beautiful architecture and like this soft, glowing light. It's fantastic. And you can see like the Greek pillars and the Acropolis. I forget that Greek site. I forget what it's called. It's so cool. In the forest, it's like a jungle almost. It's really cool, and you can see like paint strokes almost. It's really, really crazy. I know, right? It's awesome. We got another prompt, I think. So, realistic, hyper-realistic, volumetric lighting, 4K, AR, 2.3, test, uplight, hyper-realistic, volumetric light, 8K. Well, what is it though? It's just like movie concept art, ultra detailed, uplight. I'm not sure, like, most of these prompts, they sound like texture, like actual file texture names, and I'm curious where you guys are getting them from. But yeah, this stuff's it's just crazy. Like it's just so cool. So we've generated those so far. But yeah, let's do a couple more. What do you guys say? Let's grab some of these. Next image, create with seamless. Okay, seamless. So let's see what is required here for seamless, like tileable textures. This is on the stable diffusion. This is a branch on stable diffusion. So, oh, it was partially verified and merge. Yeah, so there's like some big update coming, like the merge. I'm not sure. I don't know all the details about it, but it looks big. There's a lot of stuff here. My God, the amount of work that just goes into just like creating this, it just blows my mind. Like I picture like all the stuff I've done in the documentation and like the write-ups I do, and then just looking at this is just. But anyway, yeah. So tileable textures will come next, but right now it's not a thing just yet. It'll be a toggle. We'll have that all sorted out. It'll be there. But yeah, let's create a few more. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like with Photoshop, I think there are already like add-ons to Photoshop and everything like that, which is it's just crazy. Trending on artesian movie concepts. Oh, I guess these are just like more terms and stuff that we can use. So let's create like a. I'm not very creative. Let's see. Giant castle. Giant castle. Sorry, how do you spell castle? Oh my God. No, cas. Whoa. Whatever. Giant castle, I think. Who cares? And let's paste that in and just see what it does. So we got like some texture. I think, I don't know. Let's see what happens. And then after this, let's try to do like more animal stuff, like lizards and cute dogs or something, because it's really good with cats and dogs, because there's a lot of images of cats and dogs on the internet, I guess. So it's like instinctually trained to recognize cats and dogs. It's so cool. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let's create another one. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Looks like a CS:GO map almost, or like a old-timey video game art. It's got a lot of windows for a castle. But yeah, that's really cool. The background, so like even just this, like that, just looking at that. Let me line it up here. Like that looks pretty cool. How it's just got like the background and there's like mist and clouds and the green light pouring over, and then like the light peeking out. It's so cool. Yeah. And like, oh, and I want to clarify, like it's just creating these out of nothing, right? Like these aren't collages or images that are mashed together. These are like completely new images that it's just fabricating out of thin air. So these have never existed before. These are like just brand new images that it's created just with the texture prompt. So it's not like cutting stuff out of photos and like mashing it together. It's just creating it out of weights and little dials and stuff. Okay, let's try cute cat walking down the street, and let's include like some cinematic. Let's use cinematic 4K golden hour. What else? What other like keywords could we use? So scaling, so they will be tileable. They will be seamless in the future. It will. That's the next big feature I'm gonna add. So it already exists out there. It's already like Stable Diffusion already has full support with it. Here, it's just a matter of like just toggling it off and on. So that's gonna be the next thing. Sparkle. All right, sparkle, angelic. I think that's it. Let's go. Great. And I'm gonna get rid of that okay question mark box that pops up because I find that annoying now. Thought it was a good idea because I don't know. I thought it'd be cool, but I guess not. Awesome. Yeah, no worries. It's all still brand new. I'm just like I'm trying to figure out how to get everything working. Exactly. It's collaboration. Let's see. Look at that. That's incredible. It's got like the depth of field here. The cat, he's like running. Looks shape of the cat's kind of weird, you know, but it looks like it's just like it's a small little ball, like that he's not like a full-size cat. He's just got like 2 legs he's walking on, but I guess it's just the angle or whatever. But it's got like the camera defocusing the light and everything, and you can see like people, like it's and buildings. Yeah, it's just, that's so cool. Full screen this here. Look, he's got his little paw, his shadow. Doesn't have this full shadow, like there should be a shadow here, but whatever, it's off frame. But yeah, that's so cool. It's amazing. Let's do the same thing, but let's do like another animal, like cute, I don't know, lizard. So someone suggest an animal. Let's see what animal we can put in here. Walking down the street. Nope, it's running on my computer. So someone asked if it's running on Google Colab. It's just running on my computer right now. And it's entirely local, so you can just do anything. Elephant. All right, let's try elephant. Sloth. Okay, we'll do sloth next. That's a good one. So elephant, then sloth. All right, this is so fun. Just you never know what it's gonna make, which is both scary and cool, I guess. We've already done cat. Cat's right here. Maybe we can do a couple more cats. That is a cute cat. But it's like, it's crazy how well it knows these like just what it is. It blows my mind messing around with this stuff. Elephant sloth. Ooh, yeah, I wonder if it knows what elephant sloth is. Hey, there we go. It's very high contrast, so different kind of photo. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, like, once you start figuring out like what it knows and what it doesn't know, because like obviously there probably aren't that many pictures on the internet of elephants walking down a street in like a city, you know. So, but there are probably lots of pictures of cats walking down the street, which is why, like, I don't know, this looks really good. So it's trying to like merge all these concepts together and like make an image that's like close enough to what it already understands, like what an elephant is, what a street is, what all these like lighting information is here. So it's really interesting, like just seeing how it works and just like what it's thinking about. So let's try sloth. Sloth next. Sloths don't really walk, do they? They kind of crawl. So let's see how it what it interprets a sloth would do. Sloth. Or maybe it'll make it walk down the street like a man, or something, like a person would walk down the street. That'd be funny. Maybe he's wearing a suit or something. You see how you can like just get oh, I think, is it running here? There we go. Now it's running. See how you can just like sort of go down a rabbit hole and just make it like make crazy things. It's so cool. Hybrid animals. Half sloth, half elephant. Oh, see that? Okay, so it's got potential not safe for work. Content was detected. So it'll just create a black image here. So that's interesting. That's good. That's good that it does that. So my videos stay monetized. But yeah, interesting. Okay, so that's, I don't know what tripped that off. I guess sloth is, all sloths are not safe for work. Or maybe it's thinking it as like the descriptive word sloth. I don't know. Anyway, let's try another animal. Scorpion. Scorpion. And then make sure I'm spelling that correctly. Okay, yes. The animal, scorpion, or bug, or whatever. I don't know what they're classified as. So it'll work with anything. You can, it's got like a huge database of things that it understands. It's so weird. Where is it? Right here. So after the install, you just click properties, and then you can see it's got like 5 gigabyte brain of just like understanding, which is so cool. All right, let's see. Ooh, look at that. Just kind of cut it off there, but you can see like it gets like the linkages, or I guess, or the parts of its legs, and like the little hairs coming off, as well as the depth of field, which I think is really cool. But yeah, that's just fantastic. Anyway, what else can we do? Let's delete that. Let's start from fresh. What else do you guys want to see? Maybe more cats. Let's see. Let's make a cat like ride a bike or something, or do something not every cat would do. Bee flying around up close to lens, yeah. Cinematic, why not? Let's create that and see what it does, and then we'll do dinosaur. Sure, let's do dinosaur. So I wonder how, because so here's another thing. So it doesn't like factually know what's what, so it's not going to produce things that are like factually accurate, obviously, because art's art. But I've read the license, and they specifically say like, oh, don't take a look at this thing for any facts or anything like that. So makes sense. But let's see here. Look at that. That's so cool. It's got like the little fur, this little butt. It's missing 2 wings here. But chalk that up to its creativity, I guess. But yeah, it's cool because it's got like this understanding, psychedelic mushroom riding on a turtle in a bowl of soup sitting on a table made of grass. Okay, let's try that. First the dinosaur, and then we'll do that one. Make sure the spelling. Dinosaurs. I've seen that. Oh, that was it. Okay. T-Rex drinking the mango juice. Mango juice? Okay. All right. Let's make them, the T-Rex, do some funny things. Maybe we'll have him wearing a suit or something next. So wearing a suit, or no, just drinking mango juice We'll start them off. Start them off simple. Dinosaur. There we go. Looks kind of stylized, I guess. It's got some flying stuff over back here. Interesting, interesting. So let's. Oh, I guess flying around. I did specify that because that's from the B. Let's do dinosaur drinking mango juice. That's yeah, mango juice. Let's do realistic. 4K cinematic depth of field, I guess. I don't know. Try to make this as realistic as possible, and then let's go to like some cartoony style or something. Well, opened up command prompt there. I think I need to make this bottom piece, this bottom thing, a little bigger so that my mouse can. What are you doing? That's another bug. Windows hasn't fixed that. So if you like go here and you click X on the photos, it doesn't close it. Only if you like actually click on the window. It's infuriating, I know, but let's see. There we go. It's eating something. It doesn't have any eyes, but he's eating mangoes, I guess. I did say juice. I don't know if I spelled juice correctly. Juice? Yeah, no, I spelled it correctly. Okay. But yeah, it's got a plate of mangoes here, and he's sitting over on his table with his little arms. That's kind of funny. It looks like he's eating a sponge or something. So I guess it's still confused with that. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Zombie using Blender 3D. Okay, let's try that one. It might interpret the 3D as being like a style, so like digital art rendered kind of thing. So let's see what it does using Blender. I wonder if it'll. There's like tons of photos of Blender. I would think like just screenshots and UI elements. Let's see. Loading. There we go. There. That's a cool zombie, right? That's a video game asset. There you go. You got a new video game asset right there. It's got like some cool teeth, some like glowy green. Yeah, that looks really cool. That's awesome. Green eyes. I like the green eyes. And the ears. The hair as well. It's awesome. And it's got like the bust, I guess. I know, right? Like this is so cool. And like this is just images. Like think a year from now what they'll do like with videos, with 3D models, with all this stuff, because like it's gonna get crazy. This is just the beginning, just creating these images and textures. This is just the very beginning of what we're gonna be able to do. Let's see what else. Psychedelic mushroom riding on a turtle in a bowl of soup sitting on a table made of grass. Okay. Very interesting. Let's give it a shot. I'm not sure if it'll do it, but let's see. We might get the black image again. Hey, alright, it made something. I'm not sure what it made, but that's a turtle, definitely. And there's grass here. Sort of warped, I guess. I don't know. I guess that fits, but like, it's interesting. That is really cool. It's neat how it like almost gets the eyes. Let's do that for our next animal. Let's make a turtle do something. Turtle on the beach. How do turtles move? Like, do they walk, crawl? Crawling to the water, sunset. Sunset? Is that what sunset? Sunset. Yeah, it's one word. Okay. Sunset, golden hour, depth of field, waves. All right, let's see. We'll do some like cinematic. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I gotta make a thing that creates automatic prompts for you, or like not automatic prompts, but like style guides or something like that. Cinematic. Cool. All right, let's try that. Starfish hanging on a tree. All right, let's do that. We'll do that next. It is cool how it like creates random ideas and stuff. It's kind of cool. And I think you can also like toggle different settings, like how closely it follows the prompt and how closely it like or like how many times it iterates over stuff, which is kind of cool. So I also want to play with that, like have like dials and stuff that you can change to get different types of stuff, and that's cool. That's really cool. You can see the water, the sun reflecting off of it, and the shadows. It's so fascinating how it like actually understands where the light is positioned in relation to objects in the scene, and then how that affects like its shadows. Like it's not actively doing this. It's just like referencing other things it's already seen and like how that works. So it's really cool how it gets that. Really good stuff. Awesome. And you can see like the depth of field, like it falls off over here and over here, and now only this like band right here is in focus with the little baby turtle. I guess baby turtle. Yeah, baby. Let's add baby turtle. Baby turtle. Let's see. Try adding lens prompts. Like yes, 200mm lens. Yeah, I'll add that next. Yeah. So I have a feeling like I've seen it before where prompts use like a lot of texture image titles, I guess, because that's just like what they use in their database of magic. So I think that'd be a good place to look for stuff like that. But look at that. That's so cool. That's just incredible. The detail and everything, like it's awesome. Let's try 200mm lens. 200mm lens. Hacking Google server. Let's do something like that. We'll do like a hacker, someone hacking Google. We haven't done any people yet, so I'm kind of scared to do people because I've played around with it before. The faces don't turn out too great. Because there's like that whole, I mean, this zombie face, like, is it gonna load? Like this zombie face, that's pretty good. Like I don't know, I couldn't picture that as like a human face, I guess, but look at him, he's so cute. I can't tell if that's his head or his front foot. I guess that's his tail. Oh well. Okay, let's try. We'll try like woman hacking Google server. Server with laptop, green, hacking, text. Dark room, I guess. I'm trying to think of like that typical like hacker programmer kind of what's the word? Whatever thing that you see with like the green hacker text. Let's just try that and see if it gets that. I'm not sure if it'll like maybe do the Google thing, but we'll see. Let's see what it does. Hacking. Just double checking I spelled everything correct. It's done. It's created. So let's see. So it tried. Obviously it's got like some glasses or something there. Is that a woman? Maybe. It looks sort of feminine there with the hair, and I don't know. It tried. I'm not sure what this red is doing here. We didn't specify red, or we did say green. I guess that's a kind of green, cyan green. It's getting like the Mac keyboard laptop, but it's like really close up, like the Apple what's it called, like promotional material, Yeah, I think you're right. Image to image, but like text prompts, like it's really useful for like just creating stuff out of nothing. So like you don't have to like creating normal textures and stuff like that. So like you got to go outside with the camera and do all that weird normal people stuff, right? So this is just cool because you just do it from home. You don't have to invest in like high quality cameras and all that stuff. It's just you just download it. It's cool. It's cool just to mess around with as well. But what else can we do? Let's see. Space alien with large. Let's do like giant space alien. With hand on pink planet. Not space alien. Space. Yeah, yeah, okay. Giant space. I'm worried like what kind of like colors you can specify before the not safe for work filter trips. We'll see. Let's see if it does it. I'm curious. If we can model animate a scene using text prompts, yeah, that'd be cool. I've seen some people mess around with image to image rendering with the viewport camera. So you render with Blender a really low quality image. Okay, it made it. That's really cool. It's got like this style. We didn't even specify like a style, I guess, and it still made one. It's so awesome. Yeah, another neat thing to play around with too is just leaving this section blank and then just creating textures, because you can do that. Like it'll just make noise, almost like just random. It's not creating a random prompt, it's just creating pure output, I guess. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Someone probably can describe it better, but like this is just an example without a text prompt. It's creating. But yeah, like I was saying earlier with like image to image, so you can like create like maybe not real time, but like an actual. Yeah, there we go. Like, what is that? We didn't specify anything. It was like Hollywood burning or something. Like this is like some city postcard stock images, I guess. I'm not sure what it does there, but it looks fascinating. I wonder what the prompt is. Like I wonder if you can go image to text prompt and what it'll come up with, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so you can like just create a scene, like render out a video in the viewport. Like we just switch here to lighting. You just render out that image and then send it to stable diffusion. It renders out like make it look better, like the look better button, I guess. And then it makes it look better. And that's something I want to also mess around with, is just making things look better with stable diffusion. And I think that's another direction we can go with this add-on as well. But yeah, let's do another random noise thing, because I always think they're really cool. All right, see you, Colin. Have a good sleep. Take care. I'm gonna keep going for maybe a few more minutes. We'll see. Space gun and alien hands. That might be a cool one too. Like classic space gun, alien kind of thing. But yeah, that's cool. It's got like a patio and stuff. That's awesome. All right, let's do a space gun. Alien, whoops. Alien. Space gun. Gun 19. Yeah. What style should we use? Like cartoon style? Let's try something like that. Let's see what it does. I know I'm going like way off track. Like it's the primary purpose of this is to create textures and everything, but this is still really cool just to, because like you can do whatever you want with it, because it's open source and free to use. But yeah. All right. So this is the last one I think I'm gonna do. Let's see what it does. All right. Interesting. Ah, that's really cool. So maybe not like one of those. I was thinking like the ones with the rings, like classic sci-fi 60s comic books, I guess. I don't know, something like that. But this is like more realistic, like, or more modern, like art design and stuff. And it's trying to do like text and all that stuff, which is it's not good at text, surprisingly. I guess not surprisingly, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm still going to do a lot of work, probably today sometime. I just sort of wanted to get this video out there just to tell people how to use it. I think I want to go to GitHub. But yeah, you can find this repository here in the description of this video. There's links there as well for our Discord as well. You can check that out. We'll our team is always there chatting and helping people with issues and stuff like that. So if you're interested, go there, say hi. But yeah, come here. You can download it or you watch this live stream to download and go through that process. I'm gonna spend the next day or next few days working on the download process, making that a little easier. And the setup, making sure that it actually works, because we had to do a little bit of finicking around with stuff. So we're gonna fix that and make that better. Other than that, I think it's pretty much it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I might be doing a coding stream later. I'm not sure, but we'll see how things work out. But yeah, this was pretty fun. We created a lot of really cool images and textures and stuff. Let's just go through them. Just these ones here. That cat one I think was my favorite. I liked it. It was pretty cute. And the bumblebee. Lots of turtles, aliens, random noise, and then this alien space gun, which is pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think that's it. Have a good day. Take care.